Hello, and welcome to Zazoome. I'm Sheri Barbera, and today I am so excited to be talking to you about how to use Canva effects to make the B-roll in your video pop, which is super exciting. So let's get right into it. How do you stand out in a YouTube 3-second world? Well, what you need to do is create something epic that people get excited about in the first 3 seconds so they don't click away from your video. How do you do that? Well, you want to start the way one of the top YouTubers on YouTube does. This is Mark Rober. He's got 19.5 million subscribers. And in the most recent newsletter that I did, I talked about his 4-part formula to make a viral video. And one of the things that he does is he hooks his audience in the first 3 seconds and the first 30 seconds to keep them watching through the entire video. And this is what I want you guys to do, because that is how you make epic videos. This YouTuber, Patty Galloway, did a video on Mark Rober. And what I did was I broke down only 1 minute and 19 seconds of his 10-minute and 17-second script to show you exactly how this works. So before we get into this completely, I'm going to pop over to Sal. Hi, honey.
Hi, honey.
I'm going to play some fun music, and I'm going to say, hey, to all of you people who are watching right now, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us.
That was different.
We appreciate it.
Hi, Pam.
And my sister is here, yay, yay. And whoever else is here, let me know in the chat. Thank you so much for coming, or leave a comment in the description below. And I'm just going to go very briefly, it's like 3 seconds, to the intro I made in Canva. Ready? Here we go. Hi. Okay, so nail your video marketing with Zazoome. That's us. Now, why did I show you 1 minute and 19 seconds of the script? Because what I want you to do when you're thinking about the B-roll that is going to go over you talking, B-roll is what's showing your viewer what you're talking about. And this is why it's so important to make B-roll, because blah, 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 watching me for the whole time that I'm talking, you know, that can get really boring.
Not for me, it doesn't.
Well, that's because I love you, honey, and you're my biggest fan. But listen, my mom also is my biggest fan. But the bottom line is, when you're talking about something, it's really so much better to show it than to just talk about it. So when it's visual and you're showing it and you're talking about it, now you're hitting both senses of visual and audio for people who, number one, will gain more from that duality of seeing and hearing at the same time. So, hey, Dale is here. Hello, Dale. Welcome. It's so great to see you.
Dale is in the house.
Thank you for joining us. Yay. Woohoo. So when we break down this script, we see that that only 1 minute and 19 seconds, that's 79 seconds of this script, sound really interesting, right? Despite having nearly 20 million subscribers, Mark still edits and writes his own videos. Now I've worked with plenty of 1 million plus YouTubers, and trust me, this is very rare. So why? Well, let's take a listen to Mark explaining why he refuses to outsource these two things. Now, so this is just me reading the script, right? Let's go to what the images look like. The very first one is an image plus YouTube information, and it's 2 seconds on the screen. So the first thing we see is we see a picture of Mark Rober, and we see his icon and the name that he has for his channel and 19 million subscribers. Well, he's got 500,000 more subscribers than he had when Patty Galloway made this video. So that's pretty amazing. Okay, 2 seconds later, it cuts to image and text. Mark still edits and writes. I keep pulling my head over. A point with my head, right? Mark keeps Mark still edits and writes, and so now we've got text, we've got Mark, and we've got white space, right? So that you focus exactly on what is being said in voiceover. 4 seconds, image and a whiteboard drawing. What do I mean by a whiteboard drawing? Well, we see this whole entire wonderful knife of all different kinds of tools being pulled apart on a whiteboard as Paddy Galloway says, now I've worked with, in his Irish brogue, now I've worked with plenty of 1 million plus YouTubers. Okay, so he says that. And then the next 3 seconds break apart to the image in the whiteboard drawing where he adds color. 4 seconds later, it's just a question mark when we say, well, let's take a listen. And then in 1 second, he adds the color to a question mark, okay? So all of this stuff is happening, then he cuts to Mark, and it's Mark's interview about, hey, Mark, you know, how come you still write and edit your own videos? Well, Mark is talking for almost 20 seconds, 19 seconds. Then there's a close-up, zoom into Mark at a close-up, and that's for almost another 20 seconds, Mark talking, actually 21 seconds. And then it cuts to his face as though it were an icon, right? So that's really kind of fun. Zoom into that, only 2 seconds, and all of a sudden, look what starts coming in, this analytics graph. So we're talking, Paddy's talking about all the different things that Mark does. This graph comes in. This is what I'm talking about, B-roll. So as Paddy Galloway is talking, like I'm talking right now, except you don't see his face, all of these things are happening on the screen without the addition of a person speaking here. It's just the voiceover and these images that you see. So in the next 2 seconds, we see the audience retention graph. In the next 2 seconds, we see the good storytelling and editing analytics graph. 4 seconds, we switch to what is the genius in action, starting with the first. And that is what Paddy Galloway is saying at this point, and he shows the thumbnail that has garnered 60 million views in 9 months. This is Mark Rober's video. 23 minutes and 58 second long video. And then it cuts to, Paddy cuts to Mark's actual video and shows the first 30 seconds and how he hooks you in the first 30 seconds. So if you look at this, what Mark is doing is he's got this whole crowd, he's standing outside, you're gonna see what's gonna happen in a second. He's got his nieces and nephews with him. They're looking up at the sky because something's gonna happen, and oh my gosh, right? You see this expression happening, you see this kid in the middle looking up, you see that kid behind him going, oh, you know, like that, and you see somebody taking a photo, and then it's like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. So this is the first few seconds of the video. In 5 seconds, he cuts to an explosion. Okay, so what has happened is that in 1 minute and 19 seconds, Paddy Galloway has shown us this, and I am going to flip through it really quickly. Okay. Here's Mark. Mark is talking. We start to see stuff. We get Mark himself, and then it cuts to an analytical graph. Paddy's still talking. It cuts to Mark's video. Everything is exciting, and boom. That is the whole thing in 1 minute and 19 seconds. And now if I click back and I show you, okay, there's that fabulous explosion, right? Fabulous explosion, the faces, the joy, the oh my God, I can't even believe it. And then that whole series of images turns out to be 19 images by Paddy Galloway in 1 minute and 19 seconds. That's only 79 seconds, and he just showed 19 images. That breaks down to actually 4 seconds per image, but because 17 of those images are only 2 to 3 seconds, the longest part of the video is Mark Rober being interviewed, speaking. So half of that is Mark just talking like I'm talking right now, and then the next 21 seconds is a much closer up of Mark. Okay, so I am going to quick pop over to Sal and me, and we have Tom Levine in the house. Hi, Tom. Great to see you. We miss you too. Thank you so much for being here. And if you guys have any questions about making B-roll, which is showing what you are talking about over you talking. So we have voiceover. That's why it's called voiceover. We have the B-roll showing what you're talking about over your voice so that we keep people excited, interested, and moving along that video swiftly, not clicking away. And this is the point, right, honey?
This is exactly the point.
Not to click away.
Bored.
Don't get
You want to keep them
bored.
very interested.
Stay interested. Okay, let's get back to it. So now I've gone through like 1,000,000,001. Oh, that was too far. 1,000,000,001 slides, and here is Mark Rober talking, and here he is showing. We're just showing again all of the fun stuff that happens in Patty Galloway's video. And now the first thing that you want to do to make your own epic B-roll to show over your video is sign into Canva. When you sign into Canva, the first things that it's going to say is log into your account. You log into your account, you go to your homepage, and it looks like this. Now you're going to have a bunch of options. See, you're signed in because an icon shows either the name that you're signed in under, or if you've put an image there, your image. And then you're going to have 3 options to choose video. Always choose video. Why? The reason you want to always choose video when you're doing B-roll is because automatically it is going to be 1980 by 1080, 1920 by 1080p pixels, which is exactly the size of a YouTube video, a horizontal YouTube video. So this is why you always want to start by choosing a video. The next thing that happens is Canva takes you to a blank page. It already has 5 seconds. See there, it already has 5 seconds added on of video. And now as you put stuff in, you are literally making a video, but you never have to download it as a video if you don't want to. You can always download it as an image, as a ping, as a JPEG, as a GIF, many options from Canva. So the other thing that happens when you sign in under video is you get templates. You get all the templates for you to use. The next thing that you want to do is, let's go to Canva and I'll show you. The next thing that you want to do is you want to figure out from your own script. And now one of the ways for you to understand how something gets scripted is to go to a video like Mark Rober's. And in this case, I'm showing you Patty Galloway's video about Mark Rober, okay? And what you want to do is you want to click on the 3 dots over next to save. So here's the name of the video. Here are the likes, here are the dislikes, here's share, and here's save. Here's the 3 dots. Click on those 3 dots. And what happens is you can open the transcript. When you click on open the transcript, and now you're in the transcript and you can see by the second, at 0, at 1 second, at 4 seconds, what is being said in this video, okay? And if you click on those, it literally takes you to the point in the video where whatever those words are is being said. Now, if you just want to learn how things work, this is a fantastic way to learn how a pro adds B-roll in to voiceover to a video script, okay? And you can also toggle the timestamps so that all you have is the text if you don't want to look at the timestamps. But we want to look at the timestamps because this is what is so interesting for you to understand. These are the timestamps. Let me just zoom into that for a second. See, it shows 8 seconds, 10 seconds, 13 seconds, 16 seconds. So why are there so many timestamps? It's because every single time something is changing. Something is happening in this video.
What makes it start and stop?
Something is happening in this video. And that's why if you were to click on each one of these timestamps, look at how it takes you to a different image.
And YouTube is the one that decides what starts and stops, right?
Wait, let me pop over to us so I know what you're talking about. Hold on. What do you mean by that?
I mean, who decides where it goes? It stops at 1 minute and 10 seconds, and then that's the timestamp, and then it goes to 1 minute and 11 seconds. Who decides that?
That is a great question. Okay, so when YouTube transcribes your video, which YouTube itself transcribes your video, what it does is as you're talking, it just tries to figure out what words you're saying as you're saying them throughout your video, and it timestamps what you're saying. Now, a pro like Patty Galloway goes back into the transcript and makes sure that, number one, everything is spelled correctly. Number two, that it's actually syncing up to his images. Okay, so he can go in and sync it up to his images. Now, YouTube, in a sense, does the same thing automatically just by timestamping everything. But as a pro, you can go back in and you can tweak how all of the timestamps are so that it literally happens as you're changing things. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, it's very, very cool. All right, so I'm going to go back to Canva Online.
Okay.
And the reason I want to show you the very beginning of this video is because I want you to see how in the first 30 seconds, Patty Galloway is going to grab your attention, watch the first 3 seconds, and I'll stop, okay? Let's look at that and make sure you don't click away to it. Okay, here we go.
Mark Rober has discovered the formula for going viral on YouTube. His crazy science experiments have become some of the most popular uploads on the platform.
Okay, now we are already at 8 seconds. So already you're kind of hooked into it. Even in the first 3 seconds, you are so amazed that someone has so many views that you haven't even realized that 7 seconds has gone by. Let's keep going and see what happens in 30 seconds.
To the point where right now he averages an insane 37 million views per video.
Text,
and
right?
his audience just keeps growing.
Now he's
When I
showing
put out
more.
a video, I get an increase of 300,000 subscribers in like 2 days.
Now, I covered Mark in
Show
a
off.
video last year, but since then I've learned a lot more about the tactics.
Okay, so that was 27 seconds. Now, I'm going to skip over to 3 minutes and 26 seconds because that's where I started showing you. This is where I was showing you image by image by image what happens in the next minute and 19 seconds. So now I'm going to play it, and you're going to be able to hear Patty Galloway's actual voiceover. Here we go.
Place. Despite having nearly 20 million subscribers, Mark still edits and writes his own videos. Now, I've worked with plenty of 1 million plus YouTubers,
That's
and
a
trust me,
whiteboard.
this is very rare. So why? Well, let's take a listen to Mark explaining why he refuses to outsource these two things.
I think the biggest thing I probably don't skimp on relative to my peers that they do is probably like the edit, right? And like the stories. Like I write all my own stories. Like I'm an okay builder compared to like other people. Like I'm actually not that good. But the one thing I think that maybe is a little
Okay, so we're at 4 minutes and 2 seconds now.
bit of a special sauce is like framing the story, coming up with a cool story, and just telling that story. I'll film the thing, and then at the end,
Okay, so that was 20 seconds, and now the next 20 seconds, he jumped in and is closer. It's more of an almost an extreme close-up. He's much closer to Mark, and he made the sound a little louder. Did you notice that? That jump where he made the sound a little louder? I'm going to just show that to you again. Here we go.
like I write all my own stories. Like I'm an okay builder compared to like other people. Like I'm actually not that good. But the one thing I think that maybe is a little bit of a special sauce is like framing the story, coming up with a cool story, and just telling that story. I'll film the thing, and then at the end, I figure
Yeah,
out
it's
what
much
the
louder.
most interesting parts of the story was, and then I like thread the needle to create that narrative.
I just
And
lowered the
so
sound.
Part of that then is also the
Okay,
edit
so he
and
talks
package.
for another 21 seconds, and then it cuts to this.
Thing. YouTube's algorithm, as we've discussed many times before, rewards creators who can hold the viewer's attention throughout
See how
the
it's
video.
zoomed in?
So let's take a look and see Mark's genius in action.
See all the
starting
movement?
with the first 30 seconds.
2, 1.
This is me reclaiming my title for the world's largest and tallest elephant toothpaste experiment. And this is a totally different kind of reaction we discovered in all our experimentation called devil's toothpaste, which is
Okay, So I'm going to just go over to Sal and me. So what I was showing you there is how anyone can do a voiceover. You have a script about what you're going to say, and then you script it out, and then you bring all of this other content in. You bring in the B-roll video, you bring in text, you bring in a whiteboard, you bring in images, you bring in all of this other content that now is showing the viewer really dynamically, very excitingly, what you're talking about, instead of you just sitting there.
It's a bunch of different things that keeps it compelling.
It keeps it compelling, and
Makes it
that's the
interesting.
word.
Yeah.
Yeah, it keeps you looking at what's happening. So does anybody have any questions right now, or I'm going to keep going? Or let me know in the chat or the comments below if you have any questions about this. So, okay, this is literally Mark Rober's video that we just saw. It's called World's Largest Devil's Toothpaste Explosion. And now I'm starting at 0, and I am going to show you how in the first 30 seconds he is going to make this so dynamic.
2, 1.
This is me reclaiming my title for the world's largest and tallest elephant toothpaste experiment. And this is a totally different kind
Lots
of
of
reaction we
cuts.
discovered in all our experimentation
See
called
YouTuber
Devil's
Mark Rober?
Toothpaste, which is insanely reactive and super dangerous. I'll explain why in a minute, but for now, here's a hint.
Okay, we're at 25 seconds.
And if you look closely in both shots, I'm not holding the trigger. This kid is.
Okay, so that is the first 30 seconds, and already what's happened is, cutting back to us, already what's happened is that we've had a ton of B-roll, and that is video, right? So we see everything that he's talking about as opposed to seeing him talking about it. So we see all this fabulous stuff happening, and then we see his name, Mark Rober, YouTuber, text over the video.
Right.
And then there's a big red arrow at the end pointing to that little tiny kid, right?
That kid,
Let me go back.
the reveal, the
The
big
big
reveal.
reveal.
Yeah, I'm not even controlling it.
See?
The kid is.
The little kid right
Little
here.
kid in a green shirt.
Yeah. Is controlling it. So, and the other thing that I loved that he did, I'm just going to go back to us a second, is that he did a lot of reverse video.
Right.
And this might be something that you haven't thought about doing, but wasn't that exciting to see it happening backwards as opposed to always just everything
Yeah, it
happening in
literally
the
shows
moment.
how it works.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
how it works.
Yeah.
And let's keep in mind, if you don't know who Mark Rober is, and even though he's got 19.5 million subscribers, lots of people still don't know who he is. He started out as a scientist for NASA. He was an engineer for NASA for 9 years. So this is a guy, he's brilliant, right? Genius, but also
Yeah.
amazingly good at video. Amazingly good. The fact that he writes and edits all of his own videos is super impressive. So if you want to learn the fabulous way to understand how B-roll works using voiceover, Mark scripts out his video. He writes the whole video out. He knows what his hook is going to be. He knows how he's going to grab you in the first 3 seconds and the first 30
But
seconds.
he has to design the experiment first.
He designs the...
So he knows exactly what's going to happen with the experiment from start to finish after
Yes.
he designs it, and then he can make a script happen from there.
Right.
Because
Well, he hopes.
he's got the
hopes.
visuals are done.
Yes,
The
but he
visuals are
hopes
done.
it's going to work out the way that he has.
Well, I mean, what, you're going to have a
created
lot
it.
of screaming and
Yeah,
yelling
screaming
and
and yelling,
cheering and wide-eyed
right, fun stuff.
amazingness. So, yeah.
A lot of fun stuff. So another thing about using B-roll to make your videos epic is who else do you bring into that to make it even more exciting, even more visual? It doesn't always have to be about you, does it? It can be about the people who are experiencing this wonderful thing that you've created. And that's another thing I think
Well,
that
it
he
makes
does.
it more like a variety show.
Yeah, it makes it so much more
That's what it is.
exciting.
People like variety.
Yeah.
They don't like to look at the same thing for a very long time. Well, I like to look at Sheri for a very long time. I said that already. it bears repeating. If
Thank you,
for
honey.
nothing else but the points. That
Thank
I'll
you,
get.
honey. You got a ton of points. Hey, look who's here. Hello, Rita. How are you? Wonderful to see
Rita.
you. Rita's been out camping and drawing like a beautiful artist fiend that she is. Wonderful to see you. Thank you for joining us, Rita. So, epic B-roll using Canva. What can you do if you don't have people with you? What can you do in Canva? Let's see. Let's go to Canva. Let's go back to Canva.
Crash dummies. You could
And-
buy crash dummies.
If you click on video or video, right? It doesn't matter which one. You can click on any of these. I'm just going to click on that one, the one that looks like a phone. And you see what happens here? It says Untitled Design 1080p. So it shows you that it's 1920 by 1080p already. It starts at 5 seconds. And you can see that with the clock here on the side where it says 5. But you can change that to however many seconds you want. And then you can make the background a color if you want. You don't have to. But here on your dashboard, and this is the important stuff right here, are all of the things that you can use. And we are going to click on effects. So the first one we're going to click on is photos. And that is right where? Right there. Okay. And then if you want a person doing something to make it seem so much more exciting when you actually don't have a person with you, what if you are hiking and you want people hiking with you? Okay? So you type in people hiking, you type into your search whatever it is that you're looking for, and you can get photos of people hiking, right? So you can click on any one of these and bring these extra people in hiking with you. But what if you want video? Now we're going to go down to video and we're going to type in people hiking. And now we've got people hiking with you that you could be talking about, and see what happens. And we can see that this video is 14 seconds, 14.2 seconds. You can always drag the purple ends to make it longer or shorter. And if you don't want that one, you can just delete it by going up to, can you see that? Just delete it by going up to the, I don't think you can see that. Let me just scroll out a second. And there is a trash can. Do you see the trash can up there? I don't think you do. But anyway, there's a trash can up here, right over here. And it's right over here. And that's what you delete stuff with, okay, if you don't want it. So it is on your top of your screen. There it is. Okay, trash can. So when you don't want something, you just delete it with the trash can. You can duplicate something by using this duplicate right there. So this is how you get extra people hiking with you. This is how you get cool angles to show more dynamic interest in your videos. I'm just going to delete that one. But if we wanted a bunch of people hiking with us, look at all these people, we could say that we were looking down at the water or something. You know, this is how you add wonderful additional video to your video. And we can make that, again, like I said, we can shorten that up. So it's just zoomed in. And now let's see what else can we do here. I'm going to just zoom out a little bit because I want you to see. I'm going to go to text. And now we can start adding text in. And this way you can start to say where you are, what you're doing. Why? Oh, I doubled that, so I just delete it.
A place for a lover's hike.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Romantic hike.
A romantic hike. And then if you don't want that and you want to change it, you can delete anything you want, change anything you want, change the colors of the fonts just by selecting it, going to effects, changing what the background looks like. These are all of the things that you can do easily and quickly in Canva. So I am using now one of the templates in Canva, and I scrolled down templates and I went to, I think it was health and beauty, and I clicked on this one. Let's see where that is. Health and beauty, health, fashion, makeup and beauty videos. So I clicked on makeup and beauty videos and I selected this one, and if I click on it, it says apply all 6 pages. And that is what I did, so I'm selecting that. And as you can see here, there are 6 pages now. And this is going to give you an idea of what you can do pre-writing a script, or you don't have to even pre-write the script. You can literally pre-do all your B-roll. That's the opposite way of thinking about it. You can pre-do your B-roll and voice over that. So if we were to do that, all of this is done, and I am going to make the music okay, so I'm going to make the music quieter so that I can voice over it. Did you see how I did that? Just by clicking up here on music and pulling it down so that it's soft. Okay, and now I'm going to click on the arrow that says 29.9 seconds, and I'm going to voice over this B-roll. Here we go. If you're trying to use simple skincare for women, the first thing that you want to do is try a moisturizer on your face. Be sure you put the moisturizer all over your skin, don't miss anything, and stick to a daily skincare routine. You want to take care of your entire body. Skincare is essential. Okay, so do you see how easy it is to voice over, especially if you were to have a script? You could see how you could tighten that up a little bit or have a lot more words to say when you have really fun, interesting B-roll. So I'm just going to pop back to us for a second. And what I wanted you to see was how actually simple it is to make something in Canva that you can then make into a video, download that video, put it in your own editing program, pull the sound down, voice over it, pull the sound back up, and now you've got music and you've got you speaking over B-roll. And that's all it is. It's that simple to make epic B-roll, to make your videos really pop instead of just a talking head. So pretty great, right?
Pretty great.
Pretty
And
simple.
There's so much to work with on Canva.
It's amazing.
You know what's weird? It's not weird.
What?
It's great. Is that they just keep adding more stuff. Every time I sign into it, there's a whole bunch of new stuff.
Yeah, and it's not just...
They're just working on it every day. They just keep adding in new elements.
They do. It's
Video,
amazing.
Photos,
Music,
sound.
animation, effects, all of this kind of stuff.
Type in anything you think you might want to use, and don't be afraid to type in weird stuff or things that you don't think are going to be there, because they might be there. There's a lot.
There's so much. So I'm just going to go back to Canva, and I'm just going to show you. I'm going to break down each page now, and I'm going to show you what is on each page. So this is its own text block, this is its own text block, and this is a frame. Okay, this is a white frame. That's what that is. If you click on anything and you start moving it around, little lines come up that show you, yeah, you're in or you're not in the same frame as something else. This is a video. You know it's a video because it's got a clickable arrow in the center of it. But why does it look like an arched window? Well, if we click on it and we go up to delete, to the trash can, look what it says, delete video or delete frame. So this means that if you go back over to your dashboard and you go down and you go to elements, I love elements so much, you know I love elements, and you go to frames, and I did a whole video about frames. Look at all of the different options you have to bring a frame in that you can put a video in. So that is what is happening here. If I right click on this image, I can detach the video. Here's the video. I'm going to do that again. Here's the video, and here's the frame. This is the frame. So any video that you want, you can pull it right into the frame, and when it goes into the frame, you can see, because it drops in and becomes the shape of the frame, if you double click it, you can move that video so that you can have whatever part of the video you want showing. You can make the video bigger, but you cannot make it smaller than the size of the frame itself, okay? You can always make it bigger, but you can't make it any smaller, but what you can do is move it around. So that's number one. Number two is if you go back to videos and you decide that you want to use a different video. Now I just typed in beauty, not so thrilled with what came up. Beautiful person. Let's see what beautiful person does. Okay, let's see what happens if I just drag this new video in. Look, there's that new video. And now I can use that instead of the video that I had, or I can use this one. All you do is you hover over the frame, you drop it in, and you can move it around by double clicking on it. Now, if you wanted to go back to elements and go back to frames and choose a different frame, so that instead of it being an arched window, you could choose any kind of frame that you want. There are hundreds, if not thousands of them. They keep adding frames. Then that's one of the things they keep adding. As Sal said, it's amazing how many things there are that Canva just keeps adding and adding and adding. So let's say we wanted to do this interesting frame here, detach this video, pull it in here, and now maybe we want to make this 2 videos, and the other one will go back to videos, and we'll pull in a different person into the one at the bottom, and now we have 2 videos. So you can do anything you want to a template that's already been made. Now, how did this end up being sideways? That's one of the things, you know, how did your text get sideways? So the way this text got sideways was by dragging, you know what, let me just zoom into this because I really want you to see what I'm doing. So when you click on it, there's this little round ball that comes up with 2 arrows, and then you just turn that, and that's how you make your text go sideways. And as you turn it, it tells you how many degrees you're turning it, so when you get to 90, you know you're perfectly sideways, and you pull it over. And that's how you make sideways text. Isn't that cool?
Very cool.
So many simple things that you can do. Now this is just a great big video. If I right click on it, this video is literally the background. So how did I know that? Because I right clicked on it, and at the bottom here it said replace background. So that's how Canva itself tells you what it is that you have in a template by right clicking with your mouse on whatever it is that you're looking for. So again, we've got beauty over here, and it's sideways, and we know how that was done. But what if we wanted to go to elements again? And what if instead of frames, we wanted to do beauty sticker? And what would come up would be, if we click on graphics, anything animated that has to do with beauty. So look, we've got nail polish, a nail polish sticker. We've got a lipstick sticker. So you know, you can start to add some kind of dynamism to your B-roll just by adding in stickers. You know, these are not very sophisticated stickers, of course, so when we're doing something that's elegant, you don't really want that kind of sticker. But if you think about the kinds of stickers that you might want to add in, then you can start thinking about like star sticker. You know, maybe there's just a beautiful burst or something like that that you could use, where you, like this one, where you just want it to be glowy and you just want to pull down the transparency a little bit so that it just looks glowy. And this is the kind of thing, you see how it's glowing there with the little star shapes?
Yep.
So this is the kind of thing that you can do. Now this is going to be, I'm going to right click it, detach video from background. So this video now has become the whole background. This video, once again, we see that it's in a frame. I'm going to right click and it says detach video. And there's the frame. I'm going to put it back in. And once again, we can see that there are, here's your text box. And this box, I'm going to just show you that that is a line box. And if you wanted to change the color, you would go up to colors and you could change it to, let's make it red so you can really see it. See how it just turned red now. And the other thing that you can do with this, is see if there's any animation on it. So if we click on the words and we click on animate, so there's no animation on the words. But is there animation here on this video? Yes. And how do we know that? Well, I've clicked on the background video and it says fade up on the top of the screen. And if I just hover over that, it says animate. So if I click fade, it shows you that the video itself is going to fade in. But if I click pan, or I click rise, or I click stomp, that's going to change what the animation is for all of the elements on the page. And this is what is really fun about using animation to get your B-roll even more exciting, because now we could literally animate, as well as the whole entire page, a single element just by clicking on it and clicking on animate. So we could make the video itself rise or tumble or stomp or tectonic or pop, and that is going to be different from what happens with this entire page, which is going to tumble. So now I'm going to go to this page, I'm going to hover over it. This is a video in the background, and if I click on the outside here in this gray area, I can see that the whole entire thing says fade. See that? So when it comes in, the whole entire page is going to fade in. And then this last one also says fade. We can see this page is fade. And if we go to Skincare Essential or Follow, Like, and Share or any of these things, now if I click on this element right here, you can see that it's got a line and a dotted line. And what that means is that it's grouped, okay? It's not a single solid box. It is a solid box with a dotted box. And if I go up to the top here, and I'm just going to show you what I'm talking about, look, you can see where it says ungroup. And I am going to, if I right click on it, I can also ungroup it by right clicking. So Canva gives you options of how you can do these things. So I'm going to click ungroup, deselect it, and now look, it is not grouped anymore, but this one is. See? So this is how you create more interesting textual content along with an element. So
Textural.
yeah. So you don't have to just think, you know, oh, I wish I could have a Facebook icon or a Twitter icon or a YouTube icon. You can literally go over to elements. You can say Twitter and then click on graphics, and look, here you go. You've got a Twitter icon. And the other thing that you can do now is you can change the color so that it matches the colors of your page. And you can see right here, see where it says document colors? Let me just point at that for you. Document colors, I'm going to zoom in so that you can see that.
So it shows you every color that's on the document you're doing right now.
Exactly. So now this is showing you, if you wanted to change it to the colors that are already in your document, you can pick any one of these colors and it's going to change the Twitter icon because that's what's selected. But if I were to select the box and I see that that box is gray, I could change it to blue, I could change it to red, and if I deselect it, now it's red. So I select Twitter icon, I change it to the same colors as the documents, I pull it down so that it is the same size as the Facebook one. And now we have another element. And can you see how Canva is showing you with red lines? And let me just show you that again. See how Canva shows you with red lines where you're lined up with something? So right now I'm lined up with the other icons, and if I pull it up and back, you can see the other icons. There we go. Okay, so that is it. That is it in a nutshell. If I play it, now it's going to show you two videos instead of one. A little bit more interesting, right? There we go. That's taking a bit of a long time, I think. And the reason for that is we've got the music playing for a long time, right? So what we want to do is we want to select this page, and we want to make sure that this page itself is not playing for too long of a time. And one way we do that is we look at the videos themselves, and the longest video is how long that page is going to play. So this is something super important for you to understand. When you pull a video in, don't assume that if the page had been 2 seconds, it's going to stay 2 seconds. No, it's going to stay as long as the longest new video that you pull in. So what do? You select, let me just go back to this. So this video itself, I selected this video, and this video is 18.7 seconds. If I click on this video, we can see it's 12.4 seconds. So we don't want anything to be that long. So if we select the scissors and we pull this down, so now it's only 2 seconds, perfect. And now we select the other one, we click on the scissors, and now we're gonna pull this one down, and let's just stop it at 2.1 seconds. Now, when we play it, it's not going to be 18 seconds. It's going to be 2 seconds. Okay, and that was it. See how fast that is?
Wow. So wait. So you're saying?
All right. Let me just close out of this and go back to us.
All right. Let me recap. So you're saying if you have a video up there and then you put a second video up there, so you put a video up there that's 2 seconds, then you put a video up there that's 8 seconds.
I'm going to go over to it while you're talking and do what you're saying.
The video that was 2 seconds will now play for 8 seconds along with the 8-second video?
Yes, but it will loop.
It'll
for those
loop.
2 seconds.
It'll just keep looping to play for 8 seconds. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. So let's look at that because that's a great.
I just wanted to make sure I got it right.
That is a great thing to say.
Like, and that's
Let me pull this off. Okay. So I'm going to leave this one at 2 seconds, and I'm going to make this lower one 5 seconds. Okay, let's watch it. Okay, so the top one is 5 seconds, the bottom one is 2 seconds. Oh, wow. It loops so fast that you didn't even see it.
But they both play for 5 seconds.
But they both play for 5 seconds. See,
right.
She's looping on the bottom. Okay, so that's what happened. So if we were to change, so this video right now, if I click on the video, is 3.9 seconds, but it's really not. It's really 14.9 seconds, this video. So if we pull this down and we make this 3 seconds, and we add in a second video, because that's what you were asking about, right? I'm going to add in a second video, so I'm going to click on videos, and I'm going to add in this little video here. I'm just going to make it on the top here. But look at this video is 18.7 seconds.
So
We
the
don't
video,
want that.
The video with the hands will just keep looping.
The video
The
with the
whole time.
hands would keep looping if we played this for 18.7 seconds. But if we make this 5 seconds, the hand video is 3 seconds and will just keep looping. So let's watch this. So remember, the top one is the longer one, the bottom one looped, and now there are the hands. The hands are looping while she's doing her face thing. And now this one is going, and it's showing her whole skin. And it pops in, and this, did you see how that popped out? And the reason the whole thing pops is because you've made the entire page animated, not just one piece animated.
You know what this is making me realize? It really is making me realize.
Right.
The most important thing that this is making me realize is that I do not moisturize enough. I am taking my skin for granted just a bit watching these videos.
But see, you wouldn't have realized that if someone was just talking about it.
Exactly.
Am I right?
Yeah.
I'm right.
You're right.
Right?
I mean,
So,
that woman had hands that are similar to
seeing
mine.
all of that
Without the hair.
B-roll, seeing all of that B-roll of everything that was happening made you think about skincare.
It did. It did.
As opposed to just talking about skincare. And this is the value of adding in B-roll, but this is the epic value of using Canva for your B-roll. Okay, so are there any questions on that? Because I think I've explained it to you really clearly. Are there any questions? Let me know. Number one, do you understand what B-roll is? Number two, if you have any questions about using B-roll in Canva, do you understand that you start with a video page? The video page then takes you to templates. You can start with the templates that Canva has created, delete all of their videos and stuff, put in your own, change the colors of everything, change the backgrounds of everything, change the text, change the fonts, anything you want you can do. I mean, it's really quite outstanding. So let's see, Christy says, hi Christy, so perceptive Sal.
Thank you, Christy.
He
Thank
is.
you, Christy. Who else is going to moisturize tonight?
He is. That is so true. Right? So this is the value of adding wonderful B-roll to your videos to make them pop, as opposed to just doing a video. Maybe you're out, even if you're just hiking, right? Even if you're hiking and there's all kinds of gorgeous scenery, what do people want to see along with that? They want to see close-ups of stuff. They want to see a big panoramic view. They want to see a close-up of your face. They want to see a medium shot. They want to see a dog's eye view. They want to see a bird's eye view. They want to see an angled view. There are so many things that you can add
Just
into that.
feet walking.
Just feet walking. That's wonderful. I love that. Just feet walking, just a stream bubbling, right? There are so many things that you can do with B-roll to add into that. And then add your text in of the things that you are saying, where you are located, what you are doing. All of this is text that you can bring in. Then you can bring in still images and pop those still images in a frame, in a really cool frame, and make it look, even more exciting. Like, wow, what if I took this picture and framed it, and now you can literally pop that picture into a frame on your video using Canva's frames that looks like a picture frame.
There you go.
I mean, my gosh. And now you can animate it and make it breathe out right into the, viewer's face if you wanted to. There's so much stuff that you can do. It is truly amazing. So please, if you have any questions, Rita said, love Canva. I just found out today they have lesson plan templates. Haven't looked yet. Canva has, it is astounding what Canva has. Yes, lesson plan, so many things. But especially for YouTubers, especially for business YouTubers, there is so much value in Canva. And if you are not using Canva yet, there is a link below this video, in the description below this video, for you to get a free 30 days on Canva Pro. Just click the link, it's my affiliate link, and you are welcome to use it to try out Canva Pro, which is absolutely fabulous, because now you can take backgrounds out of pictures, you can use the audio, you can use all of the elements for free. Every single thing is included in Pro. So Pro is
Cool stuff.
phenomenal. So yeah, it is really, 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 really fabulous. Okay, let's go back to the slides. So the link to Canva is in the description below this video. Canva is truly a perfect fit for everyone because you can use the free version forever. You never have to pay for it if you don't want to. I keep hitting the microphone with my finger, sorry. But if you upgrade to the Pro version, it's $10 a month if you buy it annually at $119.99 a year. What can you get for $10 a month, right? A couple Starbucks coffees. So, I mean, really, it's just a phenomenal, phenomenal thing. As you know, I love Canva so much that I am creating Canva workshops right now, Canva for YouTube, and let me just shrink myself down so that you can see Canva for YouTube design workshop. The first one that I am going to be doing is how to design a lead magnet for YouTube, and as a bonus, how to post it and link to it from your YouTube channel. So this is going to be a fantastic workshop. I am going to be saying when it's going to be happening and how much it's going to cost in our newsletter. So if you do not belong to our newsletter, you can sign up for the newsletter. The link is, of course, in the description below this video. Sign up for our newsletter, and I will be sending out when the workshop is ready. I've been talking about it for a couple weeks because I'm still working on it. But the workshop itself is going to be a little over an hour, less than 2 hours for sure. So it won't be a lot of your time to actually do a workshop. This is you literally making a lead magnet for your YouTube channel and learning how to take that lead magnet and being able to post it on your YouTube channel, connecting it back to a landing page so that people can actually sign up for your newsletter. You will get their email. And why do I say that? Why is it so vitally important? I'm on us again, honey.
Oh,
Vitally important for you to get people's email addresses when you're a YouTuber.
because if YouTube goes south for any reason, you still have all the email addresses. Otherwise, it's lost forever.
Forever. If you have 4,000 subscribers, if you have 1 million subscribers, if you have 10 subscribers, gone.
You have no way to contact them.
You have no way to contact them ever. So you must get their email addresses so that you can stay in touch with them and continue offering them cool stuff. And the way to do that is with a lead magnet. Okay, so that is what I will be talking about in the workshop. For details, join our newsletter in the description below. You definitely want to do that. And if you're a newbie, be sure you take my YouTube Masterclass. Of course, the link is in the description below this video. And it is 6 comprehensive modules to go from I don't even have a YouTube channel to, oh my God, I have a YouTube channel that makes money. That is everything that is covered in the YouTube Masterclass. Next time, I am going to be covering how to make branded end screens for your videos. And
Wait, before you get off.
Oh, hold on.
Quick question.
yes,
One of the people that are watching want to know what a lead magnet is because they weren't sure what it was. So just run that
Okay.
down really quickly.
here is what a lead magnet is. A lead magnet is literally something that is so enticing that it draws people to click to whatever it is that you are offering for free. It is something that you offer for free. It can be an ebook, a PDF. It can be a free photograph if you want it to be. It can be some kind of free download. You are giving a gift in exchange for getting someone's email address. That is what a lead magnet is. A lead magnet is a freebie that you give away, something valuable, something that people really want and need to use, something that your target viewer would love to have, that they then would get your email address in exchange for this freebie. Okay, that's what a lead magnet is. So, and what did Dale say? I have photos in my videos now, but I can give them more pop. Absolutely. And literally, not only that, but you can separate them now from your video. You can put your photographs in Canva itself. You can animate them as a video, right? and then bring them back into your video, and now you've got your photographs animated, because when you download, you can download with a transparent background. Okay, remember, download with a transparent background, keep your background white, download with a transparent background, and your photograph will just be its own transparent thing.
Cool.
Isn't that
Very
cool?
cool.
Yeah, so I'm glad you said that, Dale. So yes, this is the way to do it. And oh, branded end screens. So if you don't know what an end screen is, at the end of your videos, YouTube itself gives you the option to add what's called an end screen. It's 20 seconds. You do not have to use it for the whole 20 seconds, but if you add an additional 20 seconds onto the end of your video, now you can add an end screen. And an end screen is for you to try to control your viewers' next choice, okay? Instead of the suggested videos,
You make your own suggested
you
videos.
make your own suggested videos, and you can also ask them to subscribe. And if you're on the YouTube Partner Program, you can also have a link, a direct link right from your video that's clickable to your website, okay? You have to be in the YouTube Partner Program to be able to do that, but isn't that awesome? You can click directly to your website. You can click to another channel of yours if you want to, and that is a hot link right on the face of your video in the last 20 seconds. So what's awesome about doing your own branded end screens is that now you can make anything you want. You can add your lead magnet on your end screen, right? So the end screen can show your lead magnet. You can be still your video, you know, shrink your video down, and I will show you how to do this next week. You can be you talking over your end screen, pointing to your lead magnet, right? And then still you can have additional videos that come up, and you can say, watch this video next, because in this video I'm going to explain to you XYZ. You can do all of this in your own branded end screens. So I cannot wait to show that to you, because number one, awesome. Number two, epic, right? And number three, why wouldn't you want to brand yourself? Of course you do. That's the whole point of all of this, right? Branding. So, and video marketing. Okay, so if you like this video, you know I love those likes. Please like it. Leave us a comment in the comments below. Share it if you know someone who would love to learn more about Canva. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to our channel already, because we love it when you subscribe. And just be you on YouTube. Just believe in yourself. Do whatever it is that you do, right? Do that voodoo that you do so well that nobody else does as well as you do. And when you are creating epic B-roll for your videos, think about the awesome things that you know that nobody else does. These are the kinds of things that will make your B-roll really pop. Your unique way of looking at something, your unique way of thinking about something, it is all about you creating something really awesome. Okay, so now I am going to go to all of us, my mom and Sal and me, and we are going to say goodbye to you guys. Sal and I are going Egyptian. My mama looks like she just came from the races with her awesome hat on.
Is it like, I can't ever, I don't know how the hand thing.
I don't know. We've got it going, and I've got my Egyptian earrings on. I've got this gorgeous ring that my sister gave me. Thank you, Pam. Thank you very much, and thank you guys so much for joining us. We love that you were here. We are going to say our dating game goodbyes. Goodbye, guys. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next video. Ciao, guys. Thank you so much.